Voila guys, Calvin here, and today we're gonna be looking at super awkward sleepover moments. Okay, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, CalvinLee1995. And yeah, let's get right in with the show. About 11 years ago, sleepover with girls and boys. All lights are out for about 10 minutes. We have all settled down and gotten silent for sleeping. Then we hear a grown male voice clearly enunciated the word "what." This was not a child's voice. This was like hearing James or John saying "what." There was about a 10-second silence, and then one of the girls says, "Who said that?" Silence. Then one of the boys started laughing uncontrollably. We turned the lights on and he is laughing so hard that he is crying. Here we are all freaking out about some strange man in our room while we sleep, and he is pissed himself laughing. He finally calms down enough to tell us that it wasn't a person who asked what. He farted the word. His fart sounded exactly like the word "what." That's just hilarious. We all crack up. To this day, everyone from that party still answers the phone from each other with "what." Imagine if you farted and then your fart sounds like "what." What if you farted and your fart sounds like money? It's like money. Does a Boy Scout trip count? Well, if it does, here it goes. I was in BS in an inner city area. The older kids were dons. Well, my first weekend trip with my dad loaded me up on goodies to share. I fell asleep and the older kids raided my bag and took just about everything. So it sucked, but whatever. I go home and tell my dad and he was pissed but really composed, which was odd for my era's longhorn man dad. So next month is my next trip and my dad made a big bunch of brownies but told me not to eat any or share with my friends. He told me to leave it in my bag just like I did last time. Sure enough, I woke up and they were gone and 3 kids were pooping themselves like crazy. Yup, my pop extracted the brownies. He showed up that same morning to the campsite with another goodie bag for me to share. Never had my bag raided again. Your dad is actually a genius, okay? He just got revenge for you. I once slept over at a friend's house. He was a bit older than me. This difference was where he had discovered masturbation where I had not. Anyway, I heard his bed furiously rocking back and forth. I asked him what he was doing. He said he was doing push-ups. It was dark, so I took him for his words. So then I asked if I could do push-ups with him. Years later, it all dawned on me. Yeah, he was gaining some muscle in the middle of the night doing push-ups, okay? In about grade 7, I had a sleepover with a few friends. One of them started crying when we started watching The Simpsons because he wasn't allowed to watch it at home. We couldn't calm him down for almost an hour. Why did your parents not let you watch The Simpsons at home? I mean, this is super funny, so you're just missing out on life, okay? Back when I used to pee in the bed in 3rd grade, I fell asleep in my friend's bed during a sleepover at his house. I peed the bed. It was awkward and I never stayed the night at his house again. But what was most awkward was that when I woke up, he was sitting in a chair staring at me, waiting for me to wake up. Let me tell you a secret. I used to pee in my bed too, okay? So don't feel bad. I was 10, I think, and it was the first time I stayed over at this kid's house. Well, we go to sleep at like 2 or 3 a.m. and all seems well. Then suddenly his drunk grandfather charges in the room and gets the poor kid in the headlock and drags him to the floor. Oh, and he was naked. I guess he suffered from the PTSD or something, kind of ignored the wild event and while it was happening and did not acknowledge it the next morning. Yeah, you got a friend's dad that is crazy and drunk? Yeah. Definitely don't want to go back to that house anymore. I was out camping with a neighbor's friend of mine when we were 14. I woke up hearing the shuffle of her sleeping bag. I asked her what she was doing and without breaking a stride, she said that she was warming herself up. Then I turned on the lamp and found her on top of her bag, naked and masturbating. Oh goodness. She immediately stopped and pulled her sleeping bag over herself and she turned out the lamp. We sat there in silence for about 3 minutes. Then I said, "You can finish it if you wanna." "No, you ruined it." We didn't speak much the rest of the trip. Dang, that is just awkward. Imagining turning on the lamp And then there is, oh goodness, I would not even know what to say when I turned on that lamp. Took the most wholesomely fulfilling crap in my friend's bathroom and ended up flooding the bathroom at 2 a.m. The parents had to clean up the entire mess. It was awkward breakfast the next morning. I bet when you're eating that pancake, you still smell the mess from the bathroom, okay? When I was 12, my friend Peter had a disco-themed birthday party. No, I don't know why, at his house. The party was being on a Friday. We all stayed the night. Being preteen boys with limited quota, we ended up staying up all night and decided to watch the sunrise on his back deck. As we are looking at the majestic, slowly lightening sky, our peaceful moment is shattered by a shrill, screaming voice. Looking to the source of the sound, we see his fat, topless 50-plus-year-old neighbor lady yelling through her kitchen window that we are degenerated perverts. She was under the impression we were all staring at her. Once the yelling started, we couldn't really help it, and that horrible image will be forever burned into my mind. I am 29 now. I am so sorry that you had to see that, okay? Nobody wanna see a 50-year-old lady naked. That just horrible. That's torture. Me and my friend slept in his mom's bedroom on the floor because she liked company since her husband passed away a few weeks before. Apparently, when my mom came to pick me up the next day, my friend's mom said I climbed into bed with her. I had no idea. Classic case of sleepwalking. Wow, you climbed into your friend's mom's bed. Yeah, that's pretty awkward. I was about 10, sleeping over with a group of pals, including my buddy's little brother who was around 6. We finished a few rounds of Donkey Kong 64 and Hydro Thunder and all went to bed. Woke up to find the little brother standing anonymously above me, butt-ass naked except for a pair of Christmas-themed tube socks on his hand and arms, and peeing into my half-open sleeping bag. No more sleepovers at Ryan's house. Well, I guess you can say that Ryan can pee whatever she wants because it's Ryan's house, okay? Not really a sleepover. I was 23 at the time and drove to California to stay at a buddy's couch. I drank a bunch of beer after the long drive and passed out. Woke up having peed myself in his couch. It is about 5 a.m. I grabbed a towel and laid it on the couch, resigning myself to being the guy who peed on the couch for the duration of my stay. By some miracle, the towel absorbed most of it. Him and his roommate woke up around 9 a.m. and nobody knew a thing. It except his cat. His cat knew. I just hope that the towel is not the cat, okay? If it was the cat, that would be terrible. Camping in the backyard with some friends when I had to pee super bad. I couldn't find the zipper to the tent to get out and I was about to burst. So I ended up trying to pee through the mesh window. I don't know why. Well, peeing through the mesh doesn't work very well, especially with a terrible 9-year-old aim, and I ended up laying a pretty dead layer of atomized urine all over everyone else in the tent. In the morning, it turned out one of my other friends was awake pretending to be asleep and saw the whole thing and told everyone it was me who peed all over everything in the tent. Dude was awake while he was getting pee all over him. How can you not wake up when someone is like peeing on you? He didn't even say a thing, and he just let his friend pee on him. What the heck, man? Needless to say, I was not invited to another sleepover for a while. When I was about 7 or 8, me and a few of my friends were sleeping in a tent in my best friend's neighbor's front yard. His dad was a bit of an alcoholic, quite similar to Randy Marsh actually. Anyway, his dad came from the bar, plastered, burst into the tent and wake us all up, saying we should all go to the elementary school across the street. We go with him the whole time acting like spies, avoiding all the lights all under his drunk arts directs. We get to the playground and he decided he wants to challenge all of us to a foot race. So we all line up, he yells go, and we all take off. Surprisingly, he kept up with us almost all the way to the finish line before he busted his arse, fell flat on his face on concrete. He also landed awkwardly on his arm, breaking his wrist. It was awkward at the time, but looking back at it 20 years later, it was quite hilarious. At least your dad didn't destroy a family or a house because he was drunk. He was still having fun while he is drunk. Mine are all things that I did. When I was in grade 1, I had a sleepover with some old friends and her new best friend. I was jealous and felt left out the whole time. That night I wet the bed and we never hung out again. When I was younger, I used to puke if I ate eggs, even scrambled, and my friend's dad made eggs. I was trying to be polite and eat them but couldn't keep them down and ran to the bathroom right off the dining room to throw out his nice breakfast. Third one and the most mortifying. I was at a friend's house and got my period. I was wearing a thong and she didn't have any tampons, just huge pads. So I tried to make it work anyway. The next day we were sitting on the computer and there were only seats for 2 of us. So I sit on the one girl's lap. After a while I got up and realized I bleed through my jean and all over her leg. She laughed her ass off. Thankfully, instead of being disgusted. Oh man, that kinda sucks, but fortunately that girl didn't really got angry over it, you know, that's good. I was sleeping over at my cousin's house. We stayed out and snuck out into the living room to watch Cinemax. It was after midnight and back in those days, that was when all the titty flicks came on. One came on that my cousin really into. He started touching his raging erection in his pajama pants and then he let out a blood-curdling scream. Somehow he ruptured a vein or something in his pee. We had to wake up his mom. She looked at it and decided we had to go to the emergency room. Our whole family still made fun of him for that until this day when we get together. What the heck? That is just crazy. How can you puncture one of your veins in the penis? Oh, that must hurt really bad. One time I was over at a friend's house for his 11th birthday. It was myself, the birthday boy, and 3 other guys. We all slept in our sleeping bag in the basement. Around 5 AM, we all awake to find Jake yelling at the birthday boy Derek. The reason? Derek thought it was funny to take a pee on Jake's face while he was sleeping, and Jake freaked out. Jake walked out after that, while the rest of us stayed out and called our parents around 7. I went home around 8, and in that time, Derek was still trying to play it off as funny. Derek lost 4 friends that night. Yeah, definitely not cool trying to pee on someone's face, you know. That is just immature. 13 or 14-year-old all-night RPG season, pen and paper with my buddy in my friend's basement. His also a very traditionally Chinese mom bring us course after course of food throughout the evening as I vainly try to GM an adventure while my friend are more interested in creating endgame simulation of being drunk. GURPS had a scale for that like everything else. Then in actuality playing the game. The night wore on and we finally passed out with dawn quickly approaching. Shortly afterward, I wake up with a start. My stomach didn't like the awesome Chinese food as much as the rest of me did. Jump off the basement floor and bolt for the bathroom. Only I am really tall and have a problem with passing out when I get up too quickly. Black out in the doorway and fall hard. Wake up a moment later with my friend standing over me. That's when it hit me. That looming feeling of dread when you realize that you had just cried your pants in front of a room full of your peers. Is this real or am I dreaming? These tears feel dark or interrupted by a renewed gurgling in my stomach. Apparently it is all too real. I clawed my way into the bathroom and slammed the door shut on my startled friends. I pulled my pants down and unleashed a foul kind of heck in the toilet even as crap continued to soak into my ill-fitting jeans. This happened in the 90s, but wait, there is more. Suddenly I need to vomit because this delicious food apparently cannot leave my body fast enough. I do the only rational thing that can be done and started puking into the garbage can as I continue to add to the mountain of poop underneath me. Apparently I had invented some invincible dainty that day because obviously the basket is wickier. So there I am pooping everything that can be pooped as I vomit into a garbage can that is, at best, straining it. The floor was covered in vomit. My pants are full of crap and that is the day that my social anxiety started. Welcome to the next decade of your life. Does any of you watching right now like Chinese food? Leave it in the comment section below. Probably about 14, this girl decided to have a big slumber party for her birthday. Well, she was stereotypically uncool, wore a t-shirt with wolf on them, bragged about how far she could stick the arm of her glass out in her nose, and kind of always smelled like dogs. I was about one social rung over her. My friend and I were the only people that survived at her big party. Her mom made us hot dogs and dinner was silent. Her dad arrived and started screaming about how her 2 gigantic German shepherds haven't gotten enough affection today. He ended up throwing a hot dog at the girl's mother. Later on, I made a joke of the word gracias as grassy A because I was 13. Her dad pulled me into the kitchen and screamed at me. I was shaking up and scared, so we all went to bed. In the middle of the night, my friend and I woke up with the girl sitting up right between us and shaking us awake. We tried to figure out what was going on, and she just said, "You know, we could kiss." Having no interest in such a thing at that age, I was thoroughly disturbed. My friend called her mom and claimed we were sick and had to pick up immediately. It was just too much discomfort for one night. Yeah, that is one awkward family, okay? I would not want to go to that house. I had my high school girlfriend sleep over. She slept in the other room because we were too young to sleep in the same. We were both 17. Anyway, early the next morning, I walked in on her having sex with my 15-year-old younger brother. Apparently, they had been seeing each other in secret for months. Most awkward, depressing moment of my entire life. We still never talk about it. Oh man, I feel so bad for that guy, whoever opened the door. So back in junior high, I had this friend, let's call him Steve. I was over at his house like I was every weekend, and we had another one of our buddies come over. This kid was unique in one particularly strange manner, and I swear to you, I'm not making this up. The kid could literally inhale air into his anus and produce the most thunderous and extensive fart I ever heard in my life. To this day, well, one day we asked him to do it and sat down next to Steve's dad on the couch and let it rip. However, the imbecile took this as, hey, go fart on Steve's dad's head, and he proceeded to do so. I have never witnessed somebody turn from happy to utterly furious so fast in my life. I was absolutely speechless, and Steve and I had to stand there and watch our friend get laid into my Steve's dad. Top 3 most awkward experience of my life. Imagine if someone farted in your head. You would probably get mad, right? Yeah, that's just common sense. So yeah guys, this is about the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you know when I post new videos. And make sure to also follow me on Instagram, CalvinD1995. Link will be in the description below. And yeah, my name is Calvin, and I'll see you guys next video.